So my work as a zero carbon design manager takes me all across the UK, trying to help our customers and our colleagues to come up with the lowest possible carbon designs for their heating and cooling of their buildings. So right now we're here at Chester Zoo in the butterfly habitat, which is actually heated with some Mitsubishi electric heat pumps. So I work a lot in the commercial environment, working on things like offices and hotels and schools, providing heating and cooling. But by far and away the most interesting projects that we get involved in are here at Chester Zoo, where we're trying to provide all sorts of environments for lots of different animals, from endangered rhinos right the way through to butterflies, where we are here now, and even cooling for snow leopards. So black rhinos originate in Africa, and obviously they're used to a much warmer climate. So Chester Zoo needed to find a way to replicate that as best as possible here in the UK. So we offered air source heat pumps as a solution, as a way to do that, to try and keep the environment warm, but also to do it in the most low carbon way as possible, using renewable energy and absorbing free energy from the outdoor air. There's so many unique environments here at the zoo, but one thing that we've learned is if you can heat a rhino house with a heat pump, then you can heat anywhere. So we've got lots of different equipment that we've been using here on the zoo, everything from large capacity commercial heat pumps right the way down to smaller individual heat pumps for smaller applications. The rhino house is actually heated by 6 of our 14 kilowatt Ecodan air source heat pumps. They provide heat directly into the rhino house via fan heaters to keep the internal part of the rhino house warm. So the Ecodan air source heat pumps that serve the rhino house actually harvest low-grade energy from the outdoor air. They upgrade that energy to a useful temperature. We actually deliver about 45 degrees C water temperature into fan heaters inside the rhino house, and they then deliver that warmth to that internal environment.
We're proud to be the second largest visitor attraction in the UK, but we're also a global conservation and education charity. So working with Mitsubishi Electric on this partnership was a no-brainer for us, really. We've been using their kit for a long time now, and we know that it provides us with a quality that we can rely on, because ultimately when we're talking about our animal habitats, the most important thing for us is animal welfare and making sure that we can maintain those temperatures that are so important for our conservation work. So obviously, working with African rhinos, they're used to a really warm home, and it's really important for our conservation work with them that we're able to provide that habitat for them.
Primarily, one of the main things they want is to make sure that we replicate the natural environments of the animals wherever we can. That is traditionally trying to get a good temperature. It's very similar to what they may find in the wild.
So one of the big challenges of heating a space like our rhino house is that the doors are always open, the rhinos always have access to the outdoors, but it's really important that we maintain those temperatures indoors at 18 to 24 degrees. And that's a unique challenge. That's something that the team from Mitsubishi Electric really understand, and that's why the partnership has been so great for us, because they really understand those unique challenges of working in a zoo and working with critically endangered species. Working at Chester Zoo is a real privilege. The work that we're doing here to save species around the world is really inspiring, and it aligns really strongly with my personal values around sustainability and driving forward global change. We've seen a new rhino born here in the last 12 months, and that just shows really the reliability and the happiness that the animals have of their habitat, and that the equipment is delivering what we need it to.
To me, Mitsubishi Electric means certainly reliability. It's a brand we can trust. It's well tested across the site. We've got a long history of having Mitsubishi products on site here. I know the product range that's offered as well covers all our needs. Across site we have heat pumps heating a range of animal buildings, butterflies for example, and numerous rhino buildings. Now the technology there has replaced traditional oil-fired heating systems. Now we've been able to put the air source heat pumps outside the building there, serving a buffer tank inside. We've upsized that buffer tank to create a large thermal store, which allows us to offset our peak energy demand to the site's energy demand here on site. They're able to provide a more stable heat within the building, as opposed to the old traditional heating systems where you'd have lots of peaks and dips in the heating system. That's made the animals much more comfortable within the buildings. We've noticed that from the feedback from the keepers as well. So trying to keep the keepers happy, the keepers do form a relationship with the animals. They understand how the animals react. Every animal's different, and they are always very concerned for the welfare of our animals here at Chester Zoo.
We're all on a journey towards net zero, not just here at the zoo, but also across the whole UK and across the world. doing nothing is not an option. So we need to start doing things today. And every option that we can take, every solution that we can provide, where we can displace the use of fossil fuels and decarbonise the built environment is an option that we need to take.